Hey, private label sellers. If you want to double or even triple the sales you're getting in your Amazon business, you're going to want to check this out. Our company, AMZ One Step, is the #1 creative agency that specializes in helping Amazon sellers specifically. We guarantee that after working with us, you will get more sales in your Amazon business. And if you don't, we keep working with you for free until you do. Now, I can sit here and make these claims pretty easily because we've actually already done this for thousands of clients all over the world who have products in all kinds of categories and niches. On average, we're able to help our clients get an increase in traffic to their listing of 110% and an increase in sales of 83%. Right now, our data-driven designs are already helping our clients generate an additional $300 million in revenue this year alone. Like Nate, who came to us as a first-time seller, was a little worried, didn't have any reviews, and we were able to help him launch and immediately get 5 to 7 units sold a day. Or established sellers like Kenny, who we were able to help scale his business from 20K a month to 100K a month in less than 6 months' time. Not only did our work improve almost every single advertising metric that Kenny had, we also were so happy to celebrate with him once he stepped officially into the Seven Figure Sellers Club. So, how do we actually do all this? Well, after helping Amazon brands for almost a decade now, we've identified that there's two key metrics that determine the success or the failure of your listing. And the crazy thing is, these metrics are something that all of the big players know how to take advantage of, but most sellers overlook. So let's dive into what those are specifically. Number one, your click-through rate. This is basically when you show up on a search results page, how often do you get clicked on versus your competition? And number two, your conversion rate. Once we get people clicked on your listing, how do we take them through a really intentional buyer's journey that ends in them purchasing your product versus your competition? From most sellers that I talk to, the quickest path to more sales on Amazon lies in optimizing for these two metrics. But why exactly does this work? Well, the Amazon marketplace is changing. It's way more crowded than ever. There's hundreds of new sellers entering the space every single day. And on top of that, not only do you have to compete with more people for attention, your customer's attention span is shorter than ever and getting shorter by the day. So we really have to think about not only how do we stand out from the crowd, but how do we capture our customers' attention and keep them engaged in our product and not get distracted by all the other products on Amazon. Now, it used to be true that a good quality image was enough to get by. Typically, what we would see sellers do in the past is they would throw up a decent quality image and then they focus all of their efforts on driving traffic to that listing. But what we're seeing these days is good quality imagery alone is not enough. Your images need to do more heavy lifting. They need to tell your story, they need to differentiate you from the competition, and they need to connect with your customers on an emotional level. The #1 mistake we see sellers make is that they spend most of their efforts focusing on traffic strategies like SEO, PPC, ranking, but they don't give nearly enough attention to the experience that a customer has on the listing itself once they get there. From our perspective, if your creative assets look good but do nothing to enhance your customer's experience, you are leaving money on the table. The cool thing is, when we optimize for click-through rate and conversion rate, the rest of your metrics will also start to improve, just like Kenny saw earlier. That's because all of the traffic is now being driven to a listing that's designed to stand out and sell. Now your investments are more like adding gasoline to a fire instead of just dumping it on the ground. So let's actually dive into each of these metrics specifically and talk about how we can leverage them on your listing. Number one, we're going to help you out with your click-through rate. And this, like we said, is how we stand out and get clicks versus our competition on a search results page. But before we dive in, let me tell you why this is powerful. Let's say you get 100,000 impressions every month and your average click-through rate is 1%. That means you're going to get 10,000 sessions on your listing. If your conversion rate is 10%, that means 1,000 sales. But let's take this same example and only change the click-through rate. If we just get your click-through rate up 0.5% more, the difference, everything else staying the same, means an additional 500 sales per month, just from getting your click rate up. Now, there's a lot of factors responsible in your click rate. but the two that we have the most influence on are your main listing image and your product title. A bland, generic main image that looks copy-pasted from your competitors doesn't cut it anymore. When you show up on a search results page, your main listing image and title need to set you apart and hook the reader in. Getting the most bang for your buck out of these main listing images is something our company has been studying obsessively since we got started. You could probably say we're a little nerdy about it. And we've developed over 13 proven strategies or ideas that we can use in your main listing image to really make them shine and stand out. For example, with this client, we used our label it strategy, where we took the product packaging and we added a few stickers via graphic design to really highlight what the key sales point or key differentiating feature of this product was, which in this case, it was a protein powder that had 25 grams of protein and was unflavored. So since we know those are the two things clients are most concerned about when they're buying this protein powder, we featured those in the main listing image. And the results were pretty amazing. We were almost able to double this client's click-through rate. Now, we know that there is no one size fits all in this, so we'll actually test out several different strategies for your product. Our creative teams will choose a handful that we think would work really well for your market, and then we run A/B split tests among your target audience to get real data on which main listing image will actually perform the best. Okay, let's dive into your other key metric here, your conversion rate, which is how we get sales. And we do this through using all of the real estate that Amazon gives us on the listing itself to tell an engaging story to our customers. This means you have eye-catching photography that connects with your customers on an emotional and logical level, standout videos that grab and hold your customers' attention and tell them all the important features about your product, scroll-stopping A+ design that turns your customers into fans for life, and to-the-point copywriting that hooks your customers and speaks their language. And when we create these assets for you, we'll help you tap into some of the best practices that major advertising agencies have been taking advantage of for decades, like our visual references strategy, which is the ultimate shortcut for short attention spans. Did you know that the human brain processes visuals 60,000 times faster than text? So what this means is that it's so much better to show your Amazon customer visually the benefits of your product versus telling them with text. So let's take this product for example. This was one of our clients and the product was a food delivery bag. The main differentiating feature about it was that it was extra large. Most sellers on Amazon will show the bag and then they'll show the dimensions of the bag to communicate the size. But what we have found is more effective is thinking about that target customer, in this case, probably an Uber Eats driver. What do they actually care about when it comes to the size of the bag? Well, they want to know how many pizzas or how many liters of soda that it can carry. So what we did was we showed the bag in action. We showed that it can carry 7 extra large pizzas and 3 2-liter bottles. And by visually communicating our unique selling point, our customer is much better able to connect with this product and imagine how it could be a solution in their lives. By implementing these strategies with our clients, we've been able to achieve some pretty incredible results. Like with Jonathan, after we redid his images, added A+ content, and a video to his listing, he was able to generate an additional $20,000 a month in sales from his Amazon listing. Or Diana, who came to us as a brand new seller and a year later has 5 products doing $30K a month in sales. Now, if you don't know us already, we are the largest creative agency that works only with Amazon sellers. Our in-house team of over 150 creative professionals have designed over 140,000 pieces of conversion optimized content for our clients. We've helped some of the biggest players in the space like HP, Philips, and Oral-B. And our data-driven approach has been featured by some of the largest brands like Helium 10, Fortune, and Forbes. And this is exactly why we can guarantee that after we take you through our process, you will get more sales. And if you don't, we will keep working with you until you do. If you're ready for your Amazon listing to start feeling more like an asset and less like a liability in your business, book a free consultation with me or someone from my team, and we'll dive in and see how this could work in your business. Click on the link below, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you. Talk to you later.